Hey, it's Jerry with GamingShogun, and this is my sister Jennifer, actually.
Hi.
You might have seen her on other videos that we've done. We are standing in front of the Universal Studios Hollywood Globe. We just got through security. We got our cool little press passes, and we're going to see if we can get into the early entrance for Halloween Horror Nights. If you saw my video from last week, I'm promised to bring you guys more video content, and this is the first event we're going to post my promise. So hopefully it's good. We're here! So we're going to start heading on in a little deeper and see if we can find the mazes and figure out what's going on. It's still bright enough to where we can get some really good video and not have to worry about it being too dark. So let's see what we can find.
Before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul will take.
I gotta say, that was a really good opener.
That was fun.
Yeah, the acting was really good. The scare actors had their parts down.
Yeah.
The jump scares were really good. They didn't rely overly on boo boxes, you know, where they come out of a wall. Instead, they had light ups, like scrims that they would light up behind instead.
Excellent.
That was super good.
A way to kick off the evening.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we did get through our first maze. And now we're going down the crazy big escalator system to get to the lower lot and do The Exorcist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mark, where are you going?
Walking up to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre maze, and I hear John Larroquette's narration from the beginning of the original film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's so eerie.
The events of that day to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history.
So iconic with that movie. He did such a creepy job. There it is. We just got out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre maze, and it was very warm in there, very stuffy, but I thought it was a really good maze.
It was good. It was well done.
There were a couple scenes when people were being cooked and they had the smell of barbecue in there, which I thought was fun. The Boobox did have an appearance in this maze, which I thought was kind of well used in the way they used to be. With there never used to be a whole lot of them, so I thought it was really well used. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we've noticed that we're here on the lower lot, and we've noticed that there aren't really any monsters walking around scaring people.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they're just sticking to the scare zones this year, and the rest is just empty?
Yeah, it's already 7:20 and we haven't seen one monster walking around at all. It's very weird.
We were in for 2 years.
Your daughter doesn't say she's a hero, she says she's the devil himself. I am no one. That thing upstairs isn't my daughter.
Excellent day for an exorcism. It's the power of Christ that compels you.
Alright, so we're standing here at the exit of the Exorcist maze. This was not my favorite of the night.
Mine either.
It felt like the other Exorcist maze that they did a few years ago. A lot of dark hallways with really nothing in them, and then a ton of boo-box scares, which I'm not a huge fan of personally.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
There was a lot of dead spots, and that's the one thing that I felt like kind of dragged on a little bit. I like the maze, I just don't think it was one of my favorites.
Face forward at all times when on the escalator.
So, as you might have noticed, Hogsmeade and the Wizarding World is open, and that's pretty cool. Because in the past, they've kept it closed. The rumor has it that J.K. Rowling doesn't like the Horror Nights event and didn't want it associated, but in Florida, they have the dark arts of Harry Potter take over that little area. So maybe this is a first step for us getting it here?
That's awesome. I love it. I love it here.
So this is what I'm talking about. Get some of the dark arts of Harry Potter and a Hogsmeade at Universal Studios Hollywood. That's awesome. Okay, so we walked through Hogsmeade, down a path a little ways. It wasn't too far, and we ended up at the Pandora's Box and Haunting of Hill House. And it wasn't that bad. I've heard a lot of people say that it was a really long walk, but this was nothing compared to the walk down to the back lot that we did a few years ago that went through that access garage where those flashing lights were. It was pretty headache inducing. This wasn't bad.
Waking us all up. Your cup of stars. You don't have to worry now, sweetie.
So we just had our dinner at the Three Broomsticks. Really good food. What did you think of it?
I love it. I get the shepherd's pie. I got a chocolate trifle to treat myself, and we got Gilly water. He got a roasted chicken salad, and he got butterbeer pudding.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that a lot. Now I also have hot butterbeer, which is great, especially on a night like this, which isn't actually too cool, but I want it to be cold because it's supposed to be kind of fall, Halloween-y and stuff like that. But, you know, live the dream.
Yeah.
We just got done also with The Haunting of Hill House and The Curse of Pandora's Box Maze over in the lower lot. What did you think of those?
I really liked them. The Haunting of Hill House tends to be more my favorite because I like the show so much. He's never seen it. I think he watched like one episode.
It's just one episode.
So I loved it. I loved The Haunting of Hill House, and I love The Haunting of Bly Manor. So if you have not seen it, folks, I recommend watching those seasons. Very good. So I thought that the maze really did follow the TV show really well. I loved all the voiceovers, the jump scares, all that was great. I didn't notice a lot of dead zone like area in there. Did you?
No, it seemed to move really well.
Flowed really well. So I liked that. The Curse of Pandora's box, I guess, was a reused.
Yeah, it's like the second year for it, but they kind of added some new stuff to it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
They have some great props in there, good set design.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good maze.
Yeah, I liked it too.
So, and as far as the walk goes, to get down there, I was expecting it to be way worse. Because in past years, you had to go through like this service access garage, and it was, I measured the distance one time going back, and I forget what it was, but it was a good amount. We walked through Hogsmeade, and then around a couple corners, and we were at those two mazes, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Even the staff was saying how, it's such a long walk, we have to get shuttled down there, and I told them, I'm like, oh great, I have to like mentally prepare myself to start the journey.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't that bad at all.
No,
not
easy.
at all. Yeah.
And they had, one of my favorite parts of the night were the bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
In that area, because they had like the star bathrooms where you have like the real high-end first-class bathrooms with the air conditioning units, and it's kind of humid right now.
Yeah.
So you'd walk in there, it was totally nice and cool and dry. So if you go down to those two mazes, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Not
and use your foot to flush.
Yeah, use your foot to flush.
Use
It's like an airline bathroom. Yeah. So after this, we're gonna hit the Universal Monsters Bride of Frankenstein Lives maze, which I'm really looking forward to, and then check out some scare zones and kind of hang out.
I will tell you guys that I'm so surprised at how dead it is in Hogwarts. I mean, the 3 Broomsticks is empty inside. I know it's because most people want to be where the action is out there with the hot dog vendors and all that, but in here, the food is delicious.
Yeah.
And you can just bring it down a notch. So I highly recommend, after you hit up those 2 mazes over here, the Hill House and the Curse of Pandora's box, come to 3 Broomsticks, get some butterbeer, get some food, chillax for a second.
Yeah.
Like, regroup.
There is no wait in here right now.
No,
it is
it's
completely
empty.
open tables.
Yeah.
And the food in here is way better than other places in the park. So, yeah, I recommend it too.
Me
I
too.
think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Watch out! Stephanie!
And it got really quiet. And then she began to make this terrible sound. It sounded like... You know? It was so loud, it made my brother wake up. Finally, we worked up enough nerve to look outside.
And was it La Llorona?
Nah, it was just my tia Rosa. She'd been eating too many jalapeno poppers.
Ah, that ghost story was weak.
So we decided to take a pit stop after that amazing maze and Scarezone
Oh yeah.
to get a pumpkin spice latte.
And I got a water.
So good. So, what are your thoughts on The Bride of Frankenstein Lives?
Okay, it is a must go through, I think a couple times. The story is so, oh God, they brought this world alive. It's crazy. It was scary. It was like a gothic-y, romantic, it was so great. It was beautiful.
There have been attempts by other haunted attractions to put a deep story almost in a play form before. Not Scary Farm tried it with lore of the vampire 1 year. It didn't quite work right. This was the perfect blend of haunted house and theatrical presentation. It was amazing. Everyone looked great. The acting was great. I can't say enough good things about it. And then when we got out, you go through the Scream Queenz area, which is all female movie monsters and the like, scaring people, and that was a fantastic scare zone.
They looked great.
They looked great, and like I said, their presence was just spot on. It was perfect.
It was
so definitely my favorite maze and scare zone of the night so far.
Yes. So
yeah.
And then everybody we've talked to so far, everybody that's been their favorite so far has been the Bride. That's been the favorite one so far from everybody. For me, that's my favorite, and then Halloween 4 is now my second. I hate to say, but my least favorite is still The Exorcist, and I love that movie, but
there was too much dead space, and it just felt like they rehashed a lot of the stuff they had from the year they did it before. The few spots there, it's not like it was devoid of goodness. There were some good little scenes scattered throughout. So I mean, don't think there wasn't, but there was just too much dead space in there. But yeah, mine too. Halloween 4 for me is now a second to The Bride Lives. And so far, I mean, that's probably the best maze I've been in a number of years. Like, that is how good it is. So, yeah, they just set a real high bar with that maze.